Good morning, this is Courtney with Kidscoast, and today I have another fun training video for our check-in and front of house volunteers. So I just wanted to give a couple of quick updates this morning. Over the last several weeks, you've noticed some shifts in just the way setup looks in the front of our Kidscoast space. So I wanted to walk through why we've made changes, what it should look like, and just give you guys a couple of refreshers. So here is our main check-in area. We have moved it from the hallway to this kind of nook here in the middle. And the biggest reason for that is just that we have had increased number of families coming in. And so we want to keep this hallway as clear as we possibly can. So moving forward, this will be the main check-in area. It will be set up here with a tithe and offering box to one side, and then just our Kidscoast information on one. The printers and scanner, nothing has really changed with that. I've added this sign just to remind our families that we can't open classrooms until 15 minutes before services start. That's just a great sign to have up just to remind families, especially new ones that may come early, that they may have to hang and wait for a few minutes. Over here to this side, we've got the check-in kiosk and some hand sanitizer, and we're going to continue to keep that here. I would encourage you, as you see regular families coming in, encourage them to try to use the self-check-in kiosk if they're able. That way you can stay freed up for some of the newer families or families that may have questions. Also, my goal for the long term is to have more self-check-in kiosks available up here. And so it's a good idea for us to go ahead and get them comfortable with that process. We are waiting on IT to hopefully find a few extras to send us, and then that will help with our check-in process moving a little more smoothly. Coming around this way, I'm just gonna show you a few things back here. Nothing has really changed back here, but just so you know, I am working on organizing everything and relabeling down here. So in the coming weeks, you will notice things might look a little bit different and the locations might shift, but hopefully it'll be a little more user-friendly. And then just a reminder, I will always have a copy of our Dream Team schedule here in the middle. And what I would love for you all to do for me is to be diligent about checking in the Dream Teamers as they arrive and making a note on here if there is someone missing or someone that's not here by 8:45 or by 10:15, just to flag me or the service coordinator and let us know. We also don't want to be allowing kids to go down the hallway until the room is staffed with 2 volunteers that are adults. So this really helps us to keep track of who has come and checked in, and it'll help us to know if we're ready to open those spaces. So if you guys could be diligent just about keeping an eye on this, you will see on this sheet there is a column that says arrived, and you can actually check the people off. That is pretty helpful just to keep track of who's here. And then you're welcome to make notes down here. I've also left a column here that says new families at the bottom. And if you work with a new family or meet someone, it would be great if you just jot their name down here for me. That way, if I miss meeting them, I can maybe try to catch them at checkout or reach out to them during the week. I'll just have them flagged. I've also made one other change to the computers here that I wanted to let you know. And I've told some of you this, but I have gone ahead and put both of these laptops in basically admin mode, for lack of a better word. So if you have families that need to have edits or additions made to them, you should not have to type in the star 2022 code. It should keep you in that administrative mode permanently. And so I'm just gonna really quickly do an example. I'm not sure how well you can see this from the video, but I'll use Noah. So you'll see here that when I type in our family, we come up and this bar is still at the bottom and I didn't have to type anything in. So let's say you were unable to print one of these, like how my name is kind of grayed out. It says see attendant to check in. If it was said that on one of their names, you would very easily be able to go into edit family and just select the family member and make changes. So just keep that in mind. You shouldn't have to type in the code. This should make it a little easier and quicker for you to go ahead and make those changes for families. Last thing I wanted to mention is that I am working on an updated check-in instruction laminated sheet. I'm gonna have that for next Sunday, and I'm gonna make sure it is laminated and hopefully like permanently taped on here so that it doesn't go missing again. So that will be helpful for you to reference as you are coming up with things that families are asking for or needing. If you're not sure how to do it, you should be able to reference that. But again, use myself, use your service coordinator as a resource throughout the morning. If you need help or have questions, they've all been trained on this stuff as well and should be able to help. Again, thank you for all that you're doing. One last thing I wanted to mention is our newcomer bags. I know most of y'all have been giving these out, but if you do have a new family come through, I'll keep restocking these down here, and they don't always look the best, but what's inside of them is what counts. These are just little bags you can give one per family if they're new. So if they're not new Seacoasters, but they're new to the campus, this may not be as helpful to them, but if they are new, first time at Seacoast, this is really helpful. It has some stuff in here that they can take home. There's a Kidscoast sticker, one of the Kidscoast worship CDs. There's a couple of pamphlets with information on Kidscoast, which is really helpful. And then they get to go home with a Jesus Storybook Bible, which these are amazing. So let's make sure we do our best to get these to the families when they are new, just so they come home with information. It should also have a copy of my business card, so they'll have a way to reach out and ask questions after service. I think that's about it. Last thing I wanted to mention is if you are working at the 10:30 service, we are good probably about halfway through service to go ahead and start breaking down check-in. So if you have never done that, let me know the next time you serve, and I will walk you through what that process looks like. But basically, we shut all of this down, pack it up. The computers go out into this laptop bag that I take home, but everything else gets packed in here and locked up. And then everything will get rolled out to the trailers. And so all the little Kidscoast pieces, we can just start shifting all of them out towards the door and start rolling those out to the trailers. So thank you for all that you do. Thanks for serving. If you have questions about any of these updates, don't hesitate to let me know.